Hello, hello, and welcome to the channel. So this channel, Verba Sapiens or Verba Sapiens, is all about languages. Yeah, I really, really love languages. So my goal here is to share my studies and everything that I know with you through this channel. Okay, so make sure that you follow, subscribe, and whatever, so that we can connect and interact more. This is a Spanish study guide. Yeah, so I need to be better in Spanish for work. So I've been studying lots of Spanish. I decided to start from all the way back to A1 and share everything that I've been studying so far until C2, okay, until advanced level. So I'm going to start with this one. I want to see if anyone likes it. If you like it, make sure to share or like or anything like that so I can know that I can share everything the way that I'm doing it. If you like the format, I mean. Okay, so enough talking. So why should you learn Spanish? Yeah, so why should I learn Spanish is the first question you should ask. So Spanish is a widespread language and it's relatively similar to other languages, which means if you, for example, I'm a native speaker of Portuguese, I'm from Brazil, and I can communicate with Spanish speakers like relatively easy. Yeah, easily. If you understand Spanish, it will be easier for you to learn Italian, to learn French, to learn other languages. Yeah. Plus, you get to connect to a very rich and interesting culture all over the world, like in South America, Central America, even in North America with Mexico and some and lots of people in the US and Canada. But the variety of languages and culture and everything that you can learn within Spanish is so rich that it will help you in different areas of your life. Like, will help you with work, which is my case, will help you with your personal life, mental health, even physical health, because you get to develop your brain and your body more. You can communicate with people more. You can go out and maybe meet some people in a meetup, on a bar, in a restaurant to communicate in Spanish. And that will definitely help you in different aspects of your life. It has definitely helped me for sure. And then the question that you should be asking yourself is, if you're a complete beginner in Spanish, what should you know? What you should know to be a good A1 Spanish speaker. So A1 is the first level. Yeah. So many people, and I've been teaching languages and learning languages for 20 years now. Many people try to advance too far and they get frustrated and they give up. So the first thing that you should do is really understand the basics and really understand the way, the roadmap to success. Lots of people I know, like South American people, because of cultural things and a typical shyness and a fear of mistakes, they tend to get frustrated when it's time to speak. But when I taught like different more developed country people from more developed countries, their tendency is to try to go too fast and then get frustrated because they don't see any progress. So my suggestion, either way, if you're from South America or a settled country, like a colony country or something like that, colonized country, um, understand your roadmap and be consistent. Yeah, so you will see some progress and you will get to talk to people. I will share different tips and suggestions and websites and apps that you can talk to people, like real people, and I'll even use artificial intelligence to practice languages, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay. Okay. So A1. So an A1 person should for sure understand some very basic vocabulary, like everyday situations, which I'll share in this channel as well. Some very simple grammatical structures for like basic sentences, which I'll also share. Is that actually it's the next video, and the ability to understand and also produce some very very basic personal and family information. Yeah, this is very important. Like the three first ones are very important because they're kind of like the solid ground, the basics of that language. And the way that I like to learn language, and I'll share that with you here, is whenever I'm learning a new sentence, I try to kind of like go deep into the why, like etymology and everything. Why is this thing like that? And then once you kind of understand the essence of the language through the basics, it's very easy, or it becomes easier with time to understand the more advanced stuff. Yeah. So for example, first time you're dealing with grammar, like next video, we're going to deal with grammar. I'm not going to just teach you and make you repeat grammar all of a sudden. I'm going to give you some structure. I'm going to give you some history. I'm going to give you some comparison with other languages that you might or might not speak, and that will stick in your brain and that will make you think in that language. This is extremely important. Okay, so when you're learning um, something new about a new language, don't just memorize it. Yeah, try to understand why. Like, for example, Spanish has inverted exclamation marks and differently positioned exclamation marks and question marks, like in the beginning and in the end of the sentence. You've probably seen this somewhere. Why is that? Yeah, there's a reason for that. There's a cultural and historical reason for that to happen. And if you understand that, it will become easier for you to remember, and you won't be surprised. So it's kind of like you're adding new stuff to your mental repertoire. Yeah, this is very cool way to learn language. I really like it. And to be you have to be able also to create questions, like simple questions, like I call them like WH questions in English, but it's basically like open and closed questions. So for example, where people live, what people do, what people know, how to describe things, like what people have, um, these are the essence also of different languages. I have a structure, and I'll share that with you, of 300 most important things that you should learn about any language to kind of boost your learning experience, kind of boost your learning progress. Yeah, so I'll definitely uh, share that here as well, about Spanish, about French, about Portuguese, about English, Italian, and all of that. And I really, really hope that you like. And if you like, don't forget, make sure to let me know, because I will kind of like prioritize effort and prioritize different parts of my work depending on how appealing it is. Like, say, if you like this format, if you like what I'm proposing here, make sure that you like and comment so that I can really, really focus on this and not on something else. Yeah. All right. Also, you have to understand some routine tasks. Yeah, some how to describe routine tasks, going to places, requesting things. Yeah, those are very obvious things. But once I go into each of them, I'm going to go into each of them and actually teach you everything. You understand why they're not so obvious. Yeah, because the last thing is with mistakes. One thing that lots of teachers are very wrong about is that they say that you should be, in order to be A1, you should know these things, but they demand that people don't make mistakes. Like, if you're A1, you're allowed to make mistakes. If you understand what you're saying, if you kind of understand what people are saying to you, and you make a mistake in pronunciation, or you make a mistake on something very particular about grammar, you're still an A1. You're just not very proficient A1. Yeah, once you become an A2, the mistakes you were making as an A1 should like fade away. They shouldn't be there anymore. But it's very important that you stick this in your head. Like, it's okay to make mistakes, as long as you're progressing, as long as you're listening to something and it's making sense, it's all good. Okay, this is very important. Like, to this day, I've lived in places that they speak French. I've lived in places that they speak Chinese. I'm not saying I'm any good in Chinese, but I was relatively good in French. I could go around and have a good time and make friends in French, and I made mistakes. And if I go there today, like after, I don't know, 7 years, I'll probably make a lot more mistakes until it refreshes and I remember stuff. So it's okay. It's the fun of learning a language is that you're developing yourself. You're expanding your mind. You're thinking like different ways of thinking. Like, you're literally breaking new paths into your brain. Like, you're thinking like a native speaker will think. Like, you're trying to see the world through that language, and this is absolutely beautiful. I really like it. Okay, so if you're if you're in this like I am, like you want to learn, you want to get the professional benefits, the personal benefits, but you want to have fun as well, I think we could form a really, really cool community. Okay, I think we should stick together. Okay. All right, so some vocabulary before we go. Yeah, I'm not just gonna give you the outline and then just go away. Okay, in this video, so some vocabulary that you should know for A1. Yes, some greetings and farewells. Yeah, this is actually the content of the next video. So hola, adios, buenos dias, and all of that. Numbers from 0 to 100, that could be really helpful. Time, so how to say horas y minutos. Yeah, so how to say hours and minutes. Days of the week, yeah, and months of the year. This is very important too. And as I said, as you're going through these, as we will go through these in the next video, make sure that you understand the essence. Like when I'm talking about the days of the week, there's a story behind that I prepared it for you. When you're talking about the months, there's a story behind that. If you understand the story, you'll never forget, or it will be harder to forget. Yeah. So also family members, madre, padre, hijo, hija, and then there's something cool for some speakers of different languages that you have now feminine and masculine nouns. So you have hijo, the boy, and then hija, the girl. Yeah, this is super cool, and we're going to go into that too. Foods and drinks. Yeah, so you have pan, you have pan, leche, agua. Yeah, so different ways to pronounce it in different places of South America. You have also colors, and then you have rojo, azul, verde. Yeah, and then why do you say rojo when it's actually rojo when you read it in English? Yeah, even in Portuguese when you read it, it's rojo. Yeah, but why rojo? There's a reason for that, and it's important to understand. So phonetics. Yeah, so um, it's very hard to teach all the phonetic instruction for a beginner all of a sudden. So, what you should do if you're a teacher or if you're learning by yourself, try to understand it word by word. Try to understand it, like take notes, like different aspects of the language. Take notes as you're learning the basic stuff. As you're learning the numbers, you're also learning pronunciation. As you're learning the days of the week, you're probably learning some phonetics. You're probably learning something interesting about how the sounds work. Yeah. And with technology, you can just open Google Translate, put the word there, and then you can hear how it should be pronounced. There are different tools that you can do. Even Google Docs. Like I use Google Docs, for example, the dictation feature of Google Docs. I use it to check my pronunciation because if Google Docs understands me, I'm probably not doing a bad job. So you see, it's all about just thinking critically, and we can do that together. That would be really fun. Yeah, so places in a city. You can also some traveling vocabulary is interesting, but honestly, it's just so you can practice the essentials. Because unless you're traveling to a place that speaks Spanish, I don't think that really necessary to actually learn travel vocabulary in the beginning. It's just so you can go through everything, and also some medical vocabulary. Yeah, those are based on official tests. Yeah, those are official Spanish speaking and Spanish proficiency tests. So these are the things that you should know for A1. If you know those, you're probably no longer an A1. You're probably becoming an A2. What about grammar? Yeah, I'm almost losing my breath here. So grammar, you should know the basics. Yeah, subject, verb, object. Yeah, so Juan come una manzana. Yeah, so Juan eats a mango, for example. Yeah, or subject, verb, adjective. Yeah, so you have the person who is doing the thing. The verb is the action. Then the adjective is the quality of that thing. For example. Yeah. Um, oh, in this case, oh, okay, yeah, good. So the dog is big. Yeah, the dog is large. Yeah, the subject is the dog. Verb is es. Grande is adjective. Yeah, so this is essential. Subject verb complement. Maria es de España. Yeah, Maria is from Spain. So it's the same thing. Yeah, es is the verb is. Yeah, and complement is from España, de España. Present tense of regular verbs. I'm not going to go through into. I'm not going to go into that right now, but yeah. So and verbs ending in ar, er, or ir. Yeah. So those are very interesting verbs to study. Simple present tense of the verb ser. Yeah, which is to be. Soy, eres, es, somos, soy, son. Basic use of tener, which is to have. Yeah. So tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen. Again, you could make a mistake. Yeah, it's no problem to conjugate it in the wrong way. The important thing is you know the basic verb, you know the ground verb. Yeah, so simple use of ir, which is to go. Yeah, so you could say, for example, ir a or voy a comer, which is like I will or I'm going to. Yeah, voy a comer, I will eat or I'm going to eat, more immediate. Yeah. Simple affirmative and negative commands like hazlo, no lo haga, no lo hagas. Yeah. Use of common prepositions. Yeah. And, de, and a. Yeah. So prepositions connect sentences and indicate like objectives and directions and stuff like that. And to finish, simple questions using que or cuál, yeah, ¿qué quieres? And then you can see all the initial and ending question marks, yeah. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Yeah, open questions, yeah. So those are for A1, yeah. And then you can also very quickly here to finish the video, you can also go through some personal and family information, yeah, names and nationalities, ages, professions, family relationships, home and origin, physical descriptions, hobbies and interests, simple descriptions of daily routines, basic information about pets, numbers and names of siblings and family members. Yeah, so those are all that. For example, me llamo Juan, soy de España, tengo 25 años, soy estudiante, ella es médico o médica, mi madre, mi padre, mi hermano, mi hermana, vivo en Madrid, soy de México, altura, peso, color de ojo y cabello, yeah, height, weight, color of the eyes and hair, yeah, me gusta leer, jugar el fútbol, I like to read. I like to play football or soccer. Me despierto a las 7. I wake up at 7 or I rise at 7. Voy a la escuela. Yeah, I go to school. Yeah, tengo un gato, se llama Luna. I have a cat. It's called Luna. And I have tengo dos brothers. Tengo dos brothers. Tengo dos hermanos. I have two brothers. Se llaman Ana y Pedro. Yeah, they're called Ana and Pedro. And then you can see se llaman is different from me llamo. Yeah, this is an interesting thing about conjugation. Yeah, I'm talking about two people in the third person. Yeah, so they are called is se llaman. I am called me llamo. Yeah, so the conjugation changes in those languages. And then you can see Ana y Pedro. E is like end, and it changes depending on if either it's a vowel or a consonant. You can use E or A. Yeah, so you see, I'm not even sharing lots of content. I'm just sharing what you should know. And it's possible to learn the essentials just by understanding what you should know. So in the next video, so here, see you in the next video. In the next video, I really, really want to go into specific grammar aspects. I want to really create a lesson because it will help me. Remember, I'm not a native speaker, I'm studying. It will help me, but I hope also that I could help you. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.